Welcome back to the SRX preview show. I'm Casey Campbell, and that's Jonathan Fiel. He's pulling double duty this week. Well, Matt Tiff was on our NASCAR preview show, but Fiel's going to be part of. He might do both. You want to do both, buddy?
Hey, why not? And shout out to Matt Tiff too for being a fan of the show. Appreciate that.
Yeah, good to see. Good to see. Yeah, Matt Tiff and I have been friends for a long time. Um, uh, of course, he's got a really cool deal going. So go on Matt Tiff's social media page and go support Brain Tumor Research, which is close is which is near and dear to his heart, as well as with the team and stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of cool promotions on there. Go check out his Twitter account or Team Lidfast for more details on that. But we got to talk about SRX for a second. What a first race that we had at Stafford Speedway. First off, how did you like SRX? Because I liked it.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was a lot of fun. The racing was really competitive, really interesting to watch. It felt like true short track stock car racing. I thought the heats, maybe went on for a little bit long, and some of it went on for a little bit long. But honestly, when you have really great racing, like it's never a matter of things going on too long. It was a good night.
Well, you mentioned the heats. You weren't the only one to say that. And it looks like your voice was heard. SRX is making some changes to that. So the heats will be from shortened from 15 minutes to 12. Also, the feature race, the big feature race that was 100 laps, now is just going to be 50 laps. Only green flag laps count, I should say. Also, and we'll also run a green white checker should a caution come out, late in the race. They're also making some changes. So the driver will be in the same color for the rest of the season. So for example, Tony Stewart will be in that orange color that he's so famous with the Home Depot when he drove the Home Depot car for so many years. Michael Waltrip will be in the blue. Bobby Labonte will be in the green. A couple changes. Haley Deegan will be in the one. He'll be in the magenta car that Tony Kanaan will typically usually drive, and then Scott Bloomquist will be in the brown car, of course the car that Greg Biffle drove last week at Stafford. He'll be in there for Knoxville. So I gotta say, when SRX goes to dirt, there's always going to be, first off, before we get to SRX and with the dirt stuff, talk about the remaining changes that we had.
Yeah, so of course the feature and some of the drivers especially, and I believe Brian Brown is going to be the local driver for this week in Knoxville. Knoxville, of course, where SRX is going to be racing this weekend. And then coming up, they also have Eldora, they have IRP, they have Slinger, and they have the Nashville Fairgrounds. So it's going to be interesting to see these races. Of course, some of those races are fan favorites. You got Eldora, you have Slinger, which is known for obviously being a fan favorite track and being a very popular track on a more regional level. And of course, Nashville Fairgrounds, everybody's been clamoring for Nashville Fairgrounds to return. So good schedule ahead, good racing ahead, a good mix of everything coming up for SRX.
I like the SRX background in the there.
Something new.
Yeah, of course. We gotta mix things up a little bit. Yeah, so we're going to these dirt tracks. We got Knoxville and Eldora coming up. What are we gonna see? Because we're gonna see something, because we got Tony Stewart, who's really good on dirt. We got Brian Brown, the local star. We got Scott Bloomquist, who's been a legend on dirt. We also have Haley Deegan in the race. I think it was a very interesting when she was going to be in the race. Of course, Tony Kanaan, she's filling in for Tony Kanaan this week. How exciting is it to have her in the series?
Oh, it's really exciting. I think, just for racing in general, to have, of course, we're all racers, or they're all racers, I suppose. We're all racers at heart, but they're all racers. But to have a female racer out there, I think is great for the sport, especially in allowing for female fans to really see themselves in the different people that they watch during the races. I think having Haley Deegan out there with some of the best and the like really well known names is going to be wonderful for not only reaching that audience and connecting with that audience, but also showing that Haley Deegan's proven, because I don't think Haley Deegan's had a shot like this ever in her career where she's going up against so many big names on a primetime stage. I think this is going to be a great weekend for Haley Deegan to really capitalize, and in SRX no less, and not in NASCAR. It feels kind of weird, but it's a great opportunity for Haley Deegan, especially SRX in its infancy.
Yeah. Also, we talked about, the broadcast team. I think it was just good to hear Alan Bestwick calling racing again.
Yes, we all appreciate Alan Bestwick, and it's good to. It's like having an old friend at a party where everybody comes back together. So that it was pretty cool to hear Alan Bestwick.
Yep. AB's been a good friend of mine. I've known AB for a long, long time, and it was good to hear him. Also, good to see Matt Yoakum back on pit road. We had Matt on the show this on Monday. It's always good to have somebody that who I've respected, watched grow up, and now is a big supporter of you to to come on and talk. And plus, he's a proud Michigander. Just to show some pride. Of course, he's from Brooklyn, of course, the home of Michigan International Speedway. He's got I think one of the best storytellers that this sport has ever seen. So, it was good to see. Good to see Lindsay Zarniak. Good to see Brad Doherty. Danica Patrick will be in the broadcast booth again this week, and for her last run, and then James Hinchcliffe and Dario Franchitti will be in the remaining four, 2 for James, 2 for Dario. So it'll be interesting to see how those broadcasts work in there. But CBS, I did see that they're changing the graphics to make the cars look more recognizable, because I have glasses on. I sometimes can't see that. I knew who was in what car. I just maybe the fans. Some fans didn't know who was in what car and stuff and all that, but just seeming like it was good. It was good to see that cars recognizable. It's a big thing.
Oh yeah. There are some points where I myself got a little bit confused, but yeah, it was cool. It felt like the ARCA, or not ARCA, but IROC series back in the day, and they paid really nice homage to IROC, having the command and doing things like that. Speaking of which, I don't know if he's up for it, but I would love to see Frank Kimmel maybe make a start in SRX. That would be something. That would be pretty fun. I think that'd be pretty cool.
There's a long list of drivers who I think need to be in SRX.
We had a phone conversation about that.
We did. Yeah, I know they reached out. I know Mark Martin has said they reached out to him, but I think his racing days are done. But how about Michael Waltrip had a pretty good run, but before he got. But it was good to see Mikey back out there running competitively. I know he enjoyed it.
Yeah, I heard him say it felt like the old days being out in front, and he felt really good being out there. And yeah, so Mikey did a pretty good job. He hung on pretty well in heat number 2, and raced with Doug Kobe, got a good second place finish in that heat. So yeah, it'll be interesting, especially on dirt. We really haven't seen Michael Waltrip race on dirt like that, so it's going to be interesting to see how he does.
And that's another aspect, because a lot of drivers in the series don't have a lot of dirt experience. I mean, Elio Castroneves has said that the only time he's been on dirt, last time he was on dirt, was 11 on a BMX bike. So, I'm not sure how much Bill Elliott has dirt experience. Bobby Labonte, I think Bobby Labonte is going to do well, because he's still racing. I know he's been racing modifieds and stuff, so that's going to be. I'm going to be interested to see how he does there. I'm going to be interested to see. I know Willie T. Ribbs is excited about racing and racing on dirt. Good talk with him a few weeks ago. I think it's going to be really interesting, because all the cars I think are equal. We saw almost every driver go towards the front of the field.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely going to be, because you never know what's going to happen in these races, because someone could wreck, someone could do this, someone could do that. That's racing. That's why we race. We don't race on paper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And it was interesting just seeing Paul Tracy, and I think it was Paul Tracy, Willie Two Ribs up there, after they've been running toward the back of the pack, and Paul Tracy, of course, with damage, and just running up there and driving hard and able to hang on. I think that was really cool. I think it just shows the competitive nature of what we have with SRX too. Just, you put all these guys together in pretty equal cars, and you're going to get a good show. And Mikey, now that I think of it, Mikey drove away from the field quite a bit, about 5-6 second lead, and then got that caution that bunched everybody back up. But yeah, you never know what you're going to get. We could see some sort of surprise here with, I think, this weekend on dirt. Maybe not as much as we might see with some of the pavement races, where it's not, that specialty doesn't play in as much, but could still see something with the dirt race this weekend.
We could see, the unpredictable. We could still see something on pavement races. It's the SRX.
Oh.
It's Camping World SRX series. So.
Oh, of course.
So yeah. All right. Okay. Let's it's time for some picks, and since we did some on the net, we'll have you pick some of the NASCAR races too. How about that?
Ooh, okay.
Okay. Let's start with SRX, because that's what this show is about. Who you got in the who you got in the feature?
For the feature, oh man, I gotta stick with my guns. I gotta go with Tony Stewart. Tony Stewart's a sturdy pick. I think he gets it done.
I'm gonna continue with the local guys. I may have picked Doug Kobe for Stafford. I'm gonna take Brian Brown this week. He's gonna get it done at Knoxville. So in preparedness for the truck race, where he's gonna be racing for KBM, and Donnie Schatz is gonna be racing for DGR. I am so excited about that.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be fun there. All right, let's take some NASCAR picks. How about that? Now this is an SRX preview show, but who cares? We make the rules. All right, trucks. Who you got?
For trucks, I got to go with Sheldon Creed. I think Sheldon Creed's going to get it done this weekend.
Okay. John Hunter Nemechek for me. I made my picks on the NASCAR show, but I'll continue to say them again. All right. For Xfinity, who you got?
For Xfinity, it's gonna be interesting. It's been 10 years since Xfinity has run at the Nashville Superspeedway.
Yeah.
Of course, Cup has never done it, which we'll get to. For my pick, though, I don't know. You got to go with the sturdy workhorse, Kyle Busch. He's won before at the track. He smashed a guitar at the track before. I don't think he's going to smash a guitar this time around, but I think he's going to get the win.
Kyle Busch. I'll take Kyle Busch. Okay, for Cup, who you got?
Cup Series?
Yeah.
Ooh, I mean, this is a wide open game right here, but I think Brad Keselowski, he'll use his knowledge and skill of the racetrack. He's won before in lower series. I think he gets the job done.
I'm taking Kyle Larson, because that's what I've been doing the last few weeks, and it's worked. So, all right.
Something like a 1.6 average finish. He's been insane lately.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, gonna be fun weekend. Of course, we got the NASCAR stuff. We got SRX coming up at Knoxville. Stay tuned. 8 p.m. Always CBS. They did a great job at Stafford, doing a great job. They're gonna have a good broadcast at Knoxville, and I think the changes that they made this week are gonna. I mean, this series is for the fans, because this is if they see something is wrong, they're gonna change it. That's what they do. So I think the changes are gonna work out very well. But anyway. I'm Casey Campbell. That's Jonathan Fiel. Enjoy the races this weekend, and we'll talk to you next week to preview SRX at Eldora. And this guy will be back to we'll do some tricky triangle racing next week at Pocono.
Pocono.